Kevin.
Hey, guys, it's Amber, and we have Miss Destiny with us today. She is our first, hopefully, of many female writers that we have on the show, but she is going to talk to us about what it's like being a female writer. Because there is a lot of criticism, I'm going to guess. Now, I'm a, what do you call it, backseat rider, whatever you call it. Yeah. So,
Passenger princess.
yeah,
Yeah,
passenger
I'm a passenger
princess. There you
princess.
go.
I'm a passenger princess. That's nicer than
Yeah. So, but you actually have your own. So, what
Yes.
kind of bike do you have?
Right now, I have a 2019 Can-Am Spider F3 Special. Yeah, it's on the special. Started out on a Honda Shadow 600 about 4 years ago.
So, what is the difference for those that don't know between the Spider and the Honda 600?
The Spider is 3 wheels. It's got the two in the front and one in the back. And the two front wheels, they actually work independently. I think I remember that a long time ago when they first came out with those, it was like they worked on the same axle. And they were horrible to ride, from what I understand. But it's fun.
Yeah. So, do you get a lot of criticism and backlash, and not only for being a female rider, but I mean, also for riding a Spider?
Yeah. Oh yeah. A lot of people thinks that if it's not 2 wheels, it's not a motorcycle, but it
Hmm.
absolutely is. If you go and get your full license for a Can-Am, you get a trike license. Trike license is different than a motorcycle license. But if you start out on 2 wheels, you'll have a motorcycle license, and it'll just cover it all. So
So, either way, you still have to have a license for it. Because we actually had a comment on a post, the one of the posts that I was doing with the advertising that said you didn't have to have the license because it was 3 wheels, whatever. But you do actually
yes,
need.
you absolutely do. It'll say on your thing trike license.
Mhm.
So,
So, do you get because I know, like, and I can't think of the word that I'm trying to use here. But the mentality of a lot of like the big mean bikers, when they see a female rider, they're just like, and they don't.
the real true stone cold bikers, they're gonna respect you no matter what you are.
Yeah.
It's people that are kind of midway, like egotistical bikers.
Hmm.
They're gonna criticize you for what you ride or for being a female riding.
the SOA time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stereotype. That's what I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
Yes,
They either
that's the
kind of
word.
respect you because you ride your ride, or they don't think you should be riding.
Well, and a lot of people we ride with, even like we are, backseat riders, whatever. Um, they respect the passengers as well because
Right.
it takes nerve to get on those bikes. It doesn't
It
matter
does.
what position you're in, how many wheels you have. I don't care if you're in 4 wheels. I've always said I passed this car the other day and I swear I felt like I could push it like a bug.
Mm-hmm.
But that dude needed his motorcycle license to drive that thing because this car, like my SUV, I bet he didn't even go past my front door from the hood.
Oh, the
Right.
itty bitty
It
cars,
was
Oh,
tiny and it was a
like the clown
convertible.
cars.
And I was like, come get in my
Yeah.
car with me. Let me keep you safe.
Right.
Like I
Right.
felt so bad for him because he was so tiny. I was like, he was smaller than a motorcycle. Like lengthwise, he may have had it, but I mean, he was short to the ground.
What are those?
It was a really old car.
Oh, it was an old one.
It was a really old car.
Now they have so many different things now other than just a regular motorcycle with the
Yeah.
2 wheels or whatever. They have the Spiders, the Can-Am
Mhm.
Spiders. They have the trikes, of course. Um,
Well, and who do you think you are telling somebody they're not a biker regardless? Because there's a lot of people we know that have gone from 2 wheels to 3 because they are older or they have had an accident or something and they can no longer
Mhm.
ride the 2 wheels.
yeah,
Yeah.
So
makes it easier
that's
on
why
them.
I think I have a lot of respect for the
There's no
people that
such
say
thing as
ride your
respect.
bike.
Right. You got to ride your own ride no matter what you ride. I mean, at the end of the day, you're not in a cage. And if you roll over, you're still, you know what like.
You got a lot more weight going over your head than those two wheels do.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do.
So, what got you into riding? Because you're not in a group per se.
Right.
You're a solo rider. So,
Mhm.
what got you into riding?
I was married to somebody who was, and he taught me how to ride in my backyard. Whiskey throwing it right into the woods, but you know, it's not if you're gonna lay it down, it's when, and it definitely wasn't. But and then I just kept riding, and then he taught my brother how to ride. Who he was 11 months older than me. He passed away on a motorcycle on Mother's Day in 2022. That's why I don't ride two wheels no more. I would physically get ill when I would go out to the driveway to get on, and so I sold it. But I was already addicted to the thrill of it, so that's why I now ride a Can-Am.
Hmm.
But it's once you start and you're comfortable and it's addiction.
Yeah, because you go all over the place with
Yes,
yours.
I've been to Tulsa, Oklahoma, to Black Wall Street. I've been to Panama City Beach, Daytona Beach, Birmingham, Alabama,
So, you've put some
everywhere.
miles on it.
Yes, I got it. And in less than 2 years, I put almost 20,000 miles on it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
See, and in my mind, I would love to have my own, but also in my mind, I cannot because I like looking around and seeing, I'm too nosy to see what's around me and what's going on.
It definitely forces you to be there in the moment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And maybe that's why I like it because with my job and everything, my head's always so busy. And then when I'm on the bike, I have one job.
Okay, so this brings me to this question because I'm so glad you brought that up. And for those that are live with us and that can see her, you can see she's in dread, she's got tattooed up, she rides her bike. So that's a stereotype in itself.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you do for your
I
work?
take care of 3 disabled adults who live with me full time, 24/7, 365.
Hmm.
They're 76, 62, and 30. And I'm a single mom.
And they're not only elders,
Mm-hmm.
but they are mentally
Mentally disabled. Yep.
handicapped. So, I mean,
And on top
medical
of it,
field.
my
You're
oldest one, he actually had a traumatic brain injury on top of being mentally disabled.
Yeah.
So
Oh, you good sweetheart.
he is.
Oh, we love
Yeah.
Josh.
And
Yeah.
Tommy House said, I don't care what you ride, two or three wheels, the time the wind, and the same just stay safe.
Yes,
Exactly.
absolutely. Because yeah.
And then Raven I went to Christ, it's a bad back and
I mean, there's a lot of people for different
Mm-hmm.
reasons, that
and
have.
Abigail says the spiders are cool pictures.
Abigail has a spider as well, and she rides hers all the time too.
Abigail is our kid.
Yes. But that just goes to show you that looks don't mean anything.
Right.
We get. I know, because I was in the finance business before, and when I would go to work, I would dress a certain way. And then when any of my customers, or even like the girls that worked with me or something, when they would see me in like my biker gear, they would be like, "Who the hell are you?" You
Mm-hmm.
know.
Yeah.
So I mean,
You just
you
never
do.
know.
You get a lot of stereotypical people that want to judge
Mm-hmm.
from the outside and not really get to know the person or what they're about or anything.
Right. You're right.
And we actually had a lady down here who also rides, and she had said that it's funny when people will judge like that because they're judging and talking about folks who have like 50, 60, $70,000 hobbies,
Right.
that you can't ride this in the winter time. You can't,
Right.
there's only certain times. I know a lot of people, some
I was
people
gonna say I
do.
do. I don't
I was
know,
gonna
but
say you do. You rode yours down here today and it's
I know.
cold.
Because when you showed up, I was like, oh, there's heat in vehicles. Like, why are you cold?
Turn the heat on. No, not today.
yep, you just gotta have all kinds of gear. All kinds.
So something else that I wanted to touch base with you on is because you talked about the person who taught you how to ride.
Mm-hmm.
Was that your ex-husband?
Yes.
Now he was in an MC, correct?
Yes. He had been in several MCs, and we was in an MC together. Super great people. I love every one of them still. And I was the PO, property of the
Mm-hmm.
MC. They did not have female members per se. You are property of. Every club's different. Some of them don't even have properties. But this one in particular that I started riding with him, they're very older people, 50, 60, great people.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I put most of my miles with is with them,
Yeah.
cool people. Then you have other MCs.
No, wait, you said that's where you put most of your miles with, but
Mhm.
you were a property of then.
Mhm.
And it was fine for you to ride. There was no
Oh,
kind
yes,
of,
I have a mad respect
yeah,
from them.
okay.
And there's a woman in there that's almost 70, and she rides a big old street ride. Like, she's tiny like Kristen. And she's an old woman, but they just ride.
Yeah.
And that's who I put most of my miles in with.
See, I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
I think that's awesome. And because that's what I was going to ask is if the difference between like being a member or the property of, because I
Mhm.
know a lot of MCs, maybe not a lot of them, but most of them, you are a property of if you're a female, correct? I mean, is that,
Well, you yourself are not property of. It's the patches you wear on your back that's property of the MC.
yeah,
A lot of people hear that property word and kind of like shun it, but for I'm not gonna say some bikers have that mentality like you're my property. That's not it. The patches you wear on your back are property of the MC.
yeah.
Like if you decide to leave and walk away, you gotta give
You
them back
take
their
the
property.
patches, yeah,
You gotta give them back their property. So there's different perspectives per se, depending on what kind of person.
and you got out of the MC. You're no longer a part
Right.
of or have anything to do with the MCs
Yeah,
anymore.
I'm not a part of any MC. My ex went on to get in another MC, and I had nothing to do with it. But when you're out to if there's any kind of beef or problems and you're out together, those problems are now your problem. Whether
Hmm.
you know what they are or not, those are now your problems. And it just wasn't something I was willing to deal with.
Yeah.
So, and there's a lot of divorces over MCs. So,
Yeah. I mean,
but
I've known several people that have, or I know a lady whose husband was, and it wasn't even an MC, it was another group,
mm,
but she wouldn't even be a part of that group because somebody else in her family was a part of the MC
hmm
and they were the property of, and it
hmm
was the mentality of,
right,
you are my property.
right.
And so she was like, no, I'm not going to be a part of any group
And
whatsoever.
there's definitely rules. Like if you're a property of and you go to a small clubhouse and other MCs, there's rules. Like nobody can come up and just start randomly talking to you. You need to go talk to my sponsor, which is it's not all. It doesn't always have to be your old man who's your sponsor per se. Like I could, if I had a cousin that was an MC, I could go in underneath him.
Hmm.
It doesn't have to be someone I'm married to or something like that. But there's rules. They can't just come. A bunch of guys from a different entity can't just come up and talk to you and be like, "Hey, come here," and
No, that's
talk
only if
about.
you're patched, or
Yeah.
is that period?
Well, that's if, well, I don't know. Well, I didn't go to a bunch of clubhouses if I wasn't patched,
Yeah. So
so
you don't really
I'm not
know.
really sure.
You don't know how that works.
Yeah, I don't know how that works exactly, but I'm sure it's along the same lines because if you don't have any patches, they don't know who you're underneath or who you're there with or who you're hanging at. They don't
Yeah.
know. So
And rule breakers, I can never be a property of. They
that
would
girl, I'm a rule
really
breaker
hate
too,
me.
but
I know you are. And I'm like, like
these are laws, not rules, girl.
I'm a lawbreaker too. We got problems. No, but like I
Plus, she's
know,
got a mouth that matches it, so there's huge problems.
I know I get everybody in trouble. No, but seriously, like I couldn't imagine like go talk to him and then you can come back and talk to me, or
Right.
like
Is that what you say, or do you just ignore them and be like,
No one ever approached
most
me
times respect.
out of pocket. Right. No one's ever approached me, and I had to redirect them like you talk to my husband or my old man or whatever.
yeah,
I've never had to direct anybody. Most of them are respectful, you know, to
And
the
know the way
clubs.
to do it.
Mhm.
You know.
Now, have you thought about, because there are several lady groups out there,
Yeah.
not necessarily MCs. I don't know if there's any lady MCs
There
per
are.
se. Is there?
Mhm.
But I do know that, like the
Litas?
yeah, Litas,
Is it Lita?
Litas, and then there's the Stilettos.
Yeah.
Um,
I think this, I don't know if the Stilettos are MC or
Steel
what.
Stilettos. Is that maybe? I know it's
I
some
think I looked into them a
stilettos.
little bit, but
The Chrome Divas. I think that because there was actually a chapter that was started here in Bardstown. It did not go very far, but
yeah.
I know the Chrome Divas is one. They're not an MC though; it's just a group.
It's a lot of work you have to put into it.
Hmm.
I mean, with me being a single mom plus my job, I just don't, like y'all know, y'all hardly see me anymore. I'm
Yeah.
just always stuck. Stuck. I'm stuck. But, you know, I know. They don't want to ride the bike. But, you
Really a
know,
good time.
it is, well, you know, because if you have an annual party, the women used to work like the food section.
Hmm.
You gotta, I don't want to say it's like a job, but it's kind of like a part-time job. Kind of, you know,
You got to put
meetings,
in
you
your
have to
time.
attend, and,
Yeah.
you know, definitely have to put in your time. Some of them require you to um, ride here or ride there, ride so many hours in a year or whatever, or miles or whatever.
So when you go, like, because you ride a lot by yourself.
I do, and that's another thing. A lot of bikers like you do not need to be riding by yourself. Nighttime, daytime, back road,
And you
city,
really
it don't
don't. I mean, safety issues, I get it,
matter.
but I also get, why you do it. If you want to get out and go, get out and go.
Yes.
Whatever.
Yeah.
The urge hits you, you've got free time, do it.
And I mean, if I was a man out there,
Would you be telling them they couldn't ride by themselves?
I mean,
Right.
I wouldn't say you couldn't, but I would again say safety reasons. You should
Right.
always have somebody with you,
Right.
for
Right.
safety
And
purposes.
somebody should always have their location.
Yeah.
yes,
And then that way, if your location stops moving, okay, something's
Right.
going on. let's go.
Right.
right.
But yeah, for that reason, I probably should never get my own. Because I'd be like, bye.
Going off the grid.
Yeah.
And then she would pull off and her location would stop moving because she would pull off to call somebody or text or something. And then that would be that. She'd have probably 10 motorcycles pull up behind her saying, "What's going on?"
You stop moving for 5 seconds. Right. Oh man, that is my look. Tommy said, having trouble hearing me. Me?
Talk louder.
Oh, hang on.
Your hair's
She's fine.
probably.
Everybody's saying they can't hear me. Hang on. You are loud.
I am loud.
Justin said you were loud and said I was quiet.
Oh, do I need to turn mine down then?
Yeah, loud hoe.
I can't help it.
Um,
I got batteries this time, so
I know I got new batteries. I know that's no problem. This is always fun. You wouldn't believe how many times she opens the door to let us know we've done something.
Yeah.
Uh,
So, but what I was gonna say is there's another lady that I know that rides, and she also has a spider. And I don't know where she was at, somewhere maybe outside of Louisville or something, but she'd stopped at a gas station, and so there was other bikers, and I don't know if they were an MC, if they were just out riding together, but anyway, it was a group of men who had pulled into the same, and they were like Googling her and catcalling and saying stuff about, her riding period, and, just all kinds of stuff. Do you ever get that going on?
No, they just want to check it out most of the time.
Yeah.
I've not really run into any issues at all with anybody. Of course, now I live out in the middle of nowhere, so I'm not stopping in the middle of Louisville most of the time because I'm going that way.
Yeah.
I've not really gotten any backlash from people out in the public.
Mhm.
Even like riding with other people. If you know how to ride, you know how to ride. If you don't know how to ride, that might be an issue. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But, I would say that if it was a group of people acting like that towards a female, a random one, they probably didn't have patches on their back because that
they
could
were
get them
SOA.
that could get them in trouble.
Oh, so there is rules.
I mean,
It
you just
just-
can't go.
Some
You have to
just say-
present yourself. You want to, just like anybody, say you work at a bank, you don't want to go show up on a stripper pole 3 days. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
you just got to present
You got to
yourself a certain way.
represent the company
Right.
that you're in or whatever.
You don't want your club to have a bad name.
Yeah.
So I would say it was.
What's his face? Let me see, let me see.
I am not that talented.
Right. Like if you would watch me walk in a circle.
Yes, because that's what, and
You'd fall
then
on my
yeah, it would be twice because I
Right.
would fall down.
Oh my god.
Yeah, there's no pole action going on here.
Okay. Destiny, go ahead and say that name.
Oh, I
They
can't.
love you.
Girl, I can't even read it.
Oh, it's way out there. Ain't
It's a- they say,
Elena.
I love you, Aunt Destiny.
Oh,
Alea Cooper.
Alea.
Right now
It's
it
not a
says
Cooper.
show-
Alele.
Yep, there
Alea.
you go.
Oh, that's my niece.
I was like, I don't know how to say it. That's
we,
how I
we call her Bug. We do.
Well, she loves you too, bud.
Love you too, Alele.
I'm awful with names when they're that long. I'm like, yep, I
I
got
was
my
like,
say.
I was like, girl, I cannot read any of that.
Well, I could read it. I could see it. I couldn't read it. There was a difference.
But like I was saying before, like
She
we
got a good life out of it.
yeah, we got that comment on the advertising post that was talking about three wheels and stuff. So I mean, clearly there is that mentality out there, and I don't want to say that it's wrong, but it's wrong. Because like you said before, you're not in a cage still yet.
Right. Right.
You're
I
you're
don't
still
have a
out
steering
in the
wheel.
open. Yeah,
And I don't have a steering wheel.
yeah.
And it's like I said, you have more weight going over your head if something happens.
Yes, and my bike is a 1330. It's not little.
And furthermore, what is the difference? Because if you get hit from front or back, still you have just as much protecting you as we do. On
The
two
only
wheels.
thing is because I don't have to balance as much.
Some of them three wheels are way harder to balance.
See, that's why I went with a Can-Am instead of a trike, because I heard a trike is rough to turn.
We rode a trike for a little bit because Justin was just like on it, and when he was like, "Well, I'll just ride it, whatever." And going in curves and everything, two wheels would leave us every single time because if you went too quick, you could feel the bike lift up, and I'm like, "Yeah, no, not
See, I
for
heard
me."
they were.
Yeah,
they were
well,
hard.
so I'm going to tell a story on myself because I have a trike, which it is, it's a Sportster with a trike kit on it. So
Oh,
I,
those are
oh,
I know.
let me tell you
I was
something.
looking
So
to buy
this
hers at
is,
one time.
so
I was
this
like,
is what I started on as I started. I have not started. This is what I,
She played with.
yes, that's what I rode once, maybe twice. So anyway, I had a friend that was going to teach me how to ride, and she was on the back with me, and we went up this hill, and it was like a little gravel hill, and she was like, okay, just, turn it around. So I go to turn it around. Well, we start to lift because the driveway that we were in had like wasn't like a dip, but there was like a little hole there. And I guess one of my tires had hit that hole. So we were not flipping
Right.
at all, but it felt like we were. So I went to put my foot down, and she's smacking me on the
Yeah.
back saying, don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah.
You can't put your foot down on this. And I was like, I don't know. It was just like, that's what everybody
It's
else
almost
does.
instinct, like riding a bicycle. When
Yeah.
You always put your feet down to grab.
I know I had so many people that would tell me they're like, you need to get yours, you need to get your own. And I'm like, I used to race dirt bikes. I have no desire at all to get on two wheels on the road.
Yeah.
Like, put me on a dirt track, I will get on that. I don't care. Put me on a pavement, no. Like, I don't want to do it. I enjoy sitting back there and
Yeah.
taking my pictures and
Not having to
whatever.
worry about it. Yeah.
I just don't. Well, it depends on who you're with. If you got to worry
Well,
or not.
I'm not
definitely
It's a
gonna.
little sketch sometimes,
You've got to put your life in somebody else's hands.
which I'm not
So,
good at. So anybody knows me knows I'm not good at that.
That's probably why you sit back there busy.
Probably, honestly, when we
Keep
did
your
wreck,
mind
I
off.
was on my phone.
I bet you are.
And I literally, RJ and them said all they heard me scream was, "Why did you hit the effing brake so hard?" Because I was like on the ground. And I was
Not
like,
paying attention to us. And see that I look up instead of down. I'll look up because I'm so afraid that if I have my phone out that I'm going to drop it, I'm going to lose it somewhere.
That's why I have that little this thing.
So I will take very limited pictures on it, but
Mm-hmm.
I just love watching what's going on
Yeah.
around me, the
Yeah.
scenery and stuff.
Yeah, for sure. But I commend you, but like I hate like the whole women drivers, women riders. I'm sure that kind of like falls over to that. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, you know how many men we've rode with that I'm like, you probably should not ride
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't have your license, much less on a bike.
on two
Yeah.
wheels. At least
Yeah.
on two wheels though, I don't have to worry about you killing me as much as I do in a cage. I mean,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. Yeah.
people get
But
hurt.
you know, I've been complimented from bikers that ride two wheels in MCs. It's like, I don't know who taught you how to ride. But you're good. And then I'm like, he taught me, you know. But he
Hate to
only,
give the credit, but there it
he
is.
taught me how to ride the two wheels because he
Yeah.
had never rode three wheels. You know what I'm saying? So I taught myself. And I'm
Self
good.
taught here.
Right.
Self taught.
But and it is a lot of people don't notice that it's semi-automatic. Like you shift gears, you paddle. It's got a paddle shifter. You shift gears up. I have 6 speeds on.
Oh,
mine.
hello. Sorry.
Mine's at 6 gears. Some has 5. But as I brake, it will downshift by itself, or I can downshift it.
Oh, that's cool. See, now that I would like to have a spider, and that was one of the things that me and Jimmy had talked about getting for me at some point because that truck I got with
Yeah.
it's just not happening for me.
I have sport mode too.
I'm
So
pulling
what
at
is
you.
I've
Nobody
not
can
rode
hear
in
me.
Sport mode.
So what'd you do
I was trying to see if I was on a different channel, but nobody can hear me. Hang on.
at all, or are you
Guess
just
not.
quiet?
No, I just got another text saying that people can't hear me.
Oh,
keep
so what is it? I'm sorry. What was it?
A sport mode. I don't
Yeah.
know what it. I don't know exactly.
Oh, that's on your spider.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so you've never tried?
When you turn the key, it's in sport mode, and it won't even start in sport mode. You gotta take it off of sport mode to eco mode, and it'll start.
But you don't. So you don't know then what sport
I don't
mode is.
know.
So if we have any listeners out there and you have a spider, let us know what sport mode is. That's interesting.
But I
It
can
sounds
tell you what it is in my SUV.
It sounds fun.
It eats
but
freaking gas. I know that much.
Well, and that could be
probably.
it
and
too.
it gives you more power. A lot more power.
Oh, well, I got
A
a
lot
power.
more power. Yeah.
So do you? I mean, does it goes? Because I mean, I know when we're on the street glide, like we can book it.
Yeah, like in town, like not like hitting a bunch of highways, but like in town, I can get almost 300,000 miles to the gallon.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like it.
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, because we rode to Florida with some sport bikes, and it's like, swear I felt like every other exit we had to stop so they could fill up their tank because their tanks are so small.
Yeah.
Like,
So you drove all the way from here to Florida. You didn't haul or
well, the first time I rode in the van, all the girls rode in the van, and then I rode with my ex on the back of his bike all the way down there. 'Cause
Yeah.
When we came back, I had
Hear me
the
now, I did that.
when
Oh.
we came back, I had the flu,
oh, well, that's
so
fine.
I slept most of the way, but it was super super cool.
Yeah. So what's the furthest that you have rode then?
By myself,
Yeah.
probably Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Yeah. So and you rode there
Yeah,
all the way.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good haul.
yeah, it was for a weekend for an annual.
Yeah.
That was fun. Or no, that one wasn't. Birmingham was annual party. Tulsa was. We went to Black Wall Street.
Yeah. I don't know what that is, but sounds
Yeah, I
fun.
feel good. It's historical. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's fine. It's very. I didn't know nothing about it either, but it's very touching. Like they didn't teach us this in school.
Yeah.
You have to look it up.
Yeah.
Very
I
cool.
will.
Very cool.
I love to travel. Like I love being able to go anywhere on anything. I mean, you can put me on a damn horse and I'd be all right. I'm ready to go.
Right.
You
Right.
know.
Yeah.
So do you ever enter your bike in any competitions or
I have not,
shows?
because you know what? I've seen some competition spiders, but I don't have the time right now to do all that. I mean, they are souped up. I mean,
Yeah.
they are like custom from the grill up front. I mean, it's crazy. People put a lot of money into them. So mine's not there yet. Mine's not there
We're froze.
yet.
You dropped us and we're froze.
We might as well be froze.
Breaker can still hear us, so we can still carry on the conversation, and Facebook will unfreeze us in a minute or 5.
We're good.
So if you had any advice to a female rider out there, what would you give them?
Don't listen to all the guys. Ride your ride, no matter what it is. 1 wheel, 2 wheel, front, back. Just ride your ride how you want to ride your ride.
Yeah,
Whatever you're comfortable with, and just go. And don't worry about everybody else.
And don't do it for everybody else.
Yep, you gotta do it for you. And some people try it out, and it's just not for them. It is a lifestyle. Some people just, it's not their thing, and that's fine.
You definitely have the nerve for it.
Mm-hmm.
oh, we're back.
Oh,
Okay, so one more time, we're going to go over that question just for the ones that are on Facebook that didn't hear it. If you had any advice to give any female riders out there, what would you give them?
To ride your ride, no matter if it's 2 wheels, 3 wheels, front or the back. Just if that's something you want to do and that's what you enjoy doing, you just do it and don't listen to nobody else. Ride your ride. Don't let nobody tell you how to ride it or when to ride it.
Yeah.
Especially when most of the time the people that are trying to tell you how to ride can't ride themselves.
Right. You get those too. You do.
Yeah.
I sometimes I leave my key in my thing in my ignition on my bike. And they'll be like, "You left your key." I'm like, "Look, if they can figure out how to start it, they can have it. Because you've got to do so many like buttons, and you got to do this. It's like if you know how to do it, then go ahead. Then.
You can have it.
Yeah, they can steal my key, but but yeah, if you want to ride, you ride. It's a lifestyle. It's not for everybody, but the ones that's for, they shouldn't be knocked for it, no matter what they choose to ride.
But
They
yeah,
paid for
because I
it,
mean,
let 'em
it's
ride.
still it's wind, no matter what. It's
Most
wind. It's
definitely.
sun
The
on your
smell,
face,
the
and
sun, the rain, the snow.
yeah.
The only smell I have found that I don't enjoy is the cow shit.
Oh well.
Oh, or dead animals.
Well, the dead animals, but I don't smell them very often. It's the cow shit. God, it's
In
strong.
the dead of summer,
Yes.
Oh, I bet you
Summer
have it a
comes
lot
along.
out where you're at.
Oh my
yeah,
god.
Yeah.
it's like wildflowers out
Yeah.
I mean, it might as well be. Because
Yeah.
when it's hot outside, that's
Mhm.
the worst smell.
Yeah,
Because it just hits you constantly.
and how the temperature changes
Mm-hmm.
every like so often. Like you can go 20 feet and it's like feels 5 degrees colder. Coming
That's
down here,
because
you get
you're
down the
hitting a
yeah.
holler. Yeah, you're hitting a
Yep.
holler that
Or
is.
you're out by the water, or it's just it's a lot. Your sensories are just what you're in there in the moment.
And it's great. It's
It-
a
it is
great.
great.
It is a great feeling.
is.
Just all of it, even the cow shit smell.
Yeah. She's like, no.
I don't like the cow shit smell. I don't think on the cow shit. No, and then, yeah, I was sitting here thinking, I'm like, is there really any difference other than you have an extra wheel? There's really not, because even when it rains, it's still gonna sting you just as bad. I mean, and that hurts.
Yes, it hurts really bad.
I know one time we were riding down past like Logsville and stuff, and it started raining. It was not even raining that hard, but the rain droplets felt like they were the size of a bowling ball.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like when the rain
Oh
hits
my
you like that.
gosh, I was like, I
We
had
were-
bruises by the time we parked.
We were in Tennessee and got stuck in a hailstorm going towards the Tail of the Dragon. Oh, that was painful.
I bet.
That
You
was
ever had
painful.
a big June bug hit you in the head going by 85? Oh my gosh, it makes you want to jump off.
I'm lucky enough that my husband blocks everything
Yeah,
from
He
me.
blocks front
Yeah.
too, and y'all are in front of us.
Dude, I got
So-
one time my lip swelled up, dude. I was like,
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
been popped in the head and in the mouth and the eye, and I'm just like, I didn't feel anything, you know.
I had a friend that actually at work came down and hit him.
Oh my gosh, Justin
He's-
had that happen. I was
Oh.
following him, and feathers went everywhere, and I was behind him, and I was like, I bet that, because I was in my SUV, and I was like, oh, I bet that hurt.
Oh yeah, it probably felt like a boulder.
Oh, I can imagine having a bird just flying into you. And what
Every-
a dumbass
Every time I
bird.
see a bird, I'm like,
Don't hit me. Don't hit me.
My brother actually got hit in the head with a bat, and so of course he didn't see it. And he's following me to a place to eat. Well, his headlight goes gone. It's gone.
Right.
So I'm like, oh gosh, what's going on? I turn around and he's sitting on the side of the road with his kickstand down off his bike, spitting and like trying to
Ooh.
wash his glasses off
Oh,
because
yeah.
of where he hit it. And he's like, I was like, are you good? Like, because I thought he laid it over, and he's like, this effing bat. And I was like, all right, like, I mean,
And that,
whatever.
hey,
We
it
got
can
some
happen.
comments. Looks like.
Every time I click on one, I can't see.
We're all blind.
I know. Look, we all
We're
know.
That's my favorite smell is cow shit. I grew up on a farm. It reminds me of my childhood. As we all go, huh? I don't know why we can't
Let me take a picture of Jimmy.
Yeah.
So we can smell it. but
I'm
we
at
can't
that
see
point
it.
at the restaurant.
And your niece said no matter how you ride him, Jeremy will always be proud of you. And he loved riding with you.
Oh, thank you, bud.
But yeah, I mean, some of the stuff that happens, like, we were leaving out in Easttown one time and had to get on the BG, and the first bridge you come to is right there at what's that road? It's a bridge you go under. You know what I'm talking about? Line station.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
We had to wait to get to that bridge, and it started pouring down as soon as we got on the BG, like pouring. You couldn't see, and it was like the vehicles couldn't see us. You knew they couldn't.
Right.
We couldn't see them, and so I'm like, oh great. So we get to this bridge, and all these people driving past honking at us, laughing, and I'm like, I'd be rolling too because we were drenched.
Right.
Well, I've
right.
seen people, we have actually had to pull over and get under stuff too. But I mean, a bridge is the
Oh, yeah.
basic thing that you can get
Traveling,
under.
you gotta kind of watch the radar. Like, forget the one with the 7-day forecast. It's like you have to watch the radar and try to either hurry up and get ahead of it or get behind
Well,
it.
and the bad thing is in Kentucky though they pop up because it
Yeah,
was
they do.
sunny. It was sunny all the way up till we got on the beach.
They pop up in Florida like that too.
Yeah.
It's just like, and the sun's still shining. It'll still be shining, and then all of a sudden you're getting rained on.
Just a little bit of rain ain't bad, but when it's raining like that, and that's your only way home, and that's where you're at, you're screwed.
Mm.
Yeah.
So, and well, we sat on that bridge for quite a while. We got back on the bike, and I was like, we are never gonna dry out. By the time we got home, we were still raining out.
So I can say this about us because we're fair riders. We're not gonna ride if it is not perfect weather. Just gonna
Look,
say
I
it.
had rode back. I think it was from Birmingham. By the time we hit the highway in Kentucky with the wind chill on the bike going our speed, it was -8. We were stopping at every other exit. I mean, they were giving us like cleaning gloves to put under our gloves. I spent $50 on a pair of gas station gloves. We tried the cotton balls and the tips.
Nothing worked.
All of it. At that point, nothing worked.
You're already cooked.
To the bone.
And
And there's nothing you can do about
Well,
it.
and
Just
then-
keep running.
the day we wrecked,
I would
it
not.
was beautiful. And
Call me a cab.
on the way home, in Kentucky, I don't remember. It was like October, so it's fall,
Mm.
so it dropped real quick.
Yeah.
And so on the way home, we're froze. Well, we're limping the bike home 2.5 hours. So we were froze. We stopped and got coffee and stuff. It didn't matter how many times we stopped. By the time we got home, I was so cold, my bones hurt. I was like,
Mhm.
I'm done for the
Oh,
night.
yeah.
I'm going to bed.
Yep. Yep. Once you get chilled to the bone, it's hard to come back from that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just these hands, especially the throttle hands. So, I mean, I do have cruise control on mine. but
Really?
I do.
But you know how many daggone motorcycles have it now? And heated grips and all kinds
That's
of
my
I'm like,
next investment is heated grips.
But I know, I'm like, but your cruise control ain't much of a stretch because I've
Right.
seen some of these damn street gloves and stuff that have the heated that comes up out of them and stuff. I'm like,
A lot of people ask if my speakers are heaters. I'm like, but no.
Wouldn't that be nice?
yeah, that would be lovely. They forgot that investment when I bought it.
Right, right.
No, I prefer my music anyway.
Yeah.
I'll freeze, but let me damn, please.
Right.
No. Sorry. Okay. Well, there's too many A's in the comments.
They're all A's, aren't
They
they?
are all A's. It's Abigail, Amy,
Riley.
yeah. So it's all
A
A's.
Laylee. That's a pretty
So-
name.
That's why I had
They
to
have
like
it.
look there and then look back at my phone. I'm like, I'm missing one because I can't see them.
Is my dad's other. Well, her mom is my dad's other girl.
Well, is there any weather you won't ride in?
If there's ice on the road.
Is that about it?
Yeah.
Well, we went to a funeral and it snowed. Amanda?
Amanda's.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we
Yeah.
caught flurries on the way to that one. And
Yeah,
I was like,
I rode that one too.
Mhm.
yeah, because I didn't have any leathers or nothing yet. And so I'm sitting there in like a Carhartt and a big toboggan hiding behind Dustin. And I'm like, I'm going to invest in some warm clothes. I never did, but we hit flurries. And I was like, it might be a little too cold to be out on the bike.
Luckily, we didn't. I wouldn't say luckily because I mean that was for her last ride, but we at that time we were keeping the bike down here, and so when we got down here to get it, the battery was dead on it,
And you were just like, darn.
and we were already so late because if y'all know my husband, we are never on time for
Mhm.
anything. I'm late, he's late, so together we're super late. It doesn't matter. So I was like, we don't, and he was a pallbearer. So
Oh my
yeah, so I
gosh.
was like, we got to go. Like in the truck, we got to go. We don't have time to, because he's like, oh, we'll just ride up the road. We're in New Haven. There's no ride up the road to get a battery or anything like that for a bike. I mean, so I was like, no,
I
we're
think I
gonna have to
remember
go.
you like I think there was another person too. When y'all was looking for a battery, there was someone else.
Us. We
Was
were
it
looking
you
for
guys?
battery. Our battery died at a funeral home.
I
And we
remember
had
those
to
two.
hurry up and jump in the funeral. Like everybody had already started their bikes, and we're like, the bike would not start. So, but come to find out, we had a cable that kept going like coming loose. So all he had to do is like yank the seat off real quick and put that on and start the bike, and he was like, oh.
So when she said that, that made me think of this because you always hear louder pipes save lives, but your spider is not very loud, is
No,
it?
it's not. No, it's
So
not.
can you make it louder? Is there a way to make
There
it louder?
is.
Have you heard Abigail?
You can buy.
I don't think I've paid any attention really. I think I'm just
you
immune
can buy
to it.
aftermarket exhaust and stuff to make it louder.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's why I have all the lights though. Like I have the LEDs on it and stuff because and my bike is predominantly all black. So out here, like in the country, it makes me feel safer
Yeah.
with all the lights on it.
Well, and somebody's supposed to be lights on them before they hear it.
Oh, definitely.
I know on most of like the Harleys and stuff, they just knock the baffles out of their pipes to
Mm-hmm.
make them louder. Because what's
That's
the point of
what,
buying new pipes when you
That's
just
what
knock the
Mike's
baffles
husband
out?
did to my Honda Shadow. But it was only 600.
I have not figured out why Harley has made a lot of the new bikes so quiet. Because there's some bikes that are coming out now, you don't even know they're running.
I know.
And I was like, what? Like, they're doing this to make you buy more
Don't
crap.
they have electric ones now too, don't
Oh,
they?
yeah. Have you ever rode somebody on an electric bike?
No.
You really can't hear those.
No,
We
I
were
would
beside
not.
some guy, and I was like, wait, we can't take
I
off
would
yet.
feel
He's not
cheated.
even running yet. And he's like, oh, no, we're good. And I'm
He's like gone. See you
"That's
later.
definitely not good. Like, there is no
I would
motion."
feel cheated if my bike had absolutely no sound.
Yeah,
Like I have a hybrid car and you can't tell it's started.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
it's like nothing. If my bike was like that, I'd be like,
Yeah. Hiding in the corner. I'm not
Yeah.
here.
this was not what I wanted.
well, and like,
Go drive down the road going vroom vroom vroom.
Make your own
can you
noise.
hear me
Yeah.
now? Vroom, vroom. I'll make my own noises. Wait till I hit third gear. But there was a guy that bought new bikes. He had actually bought a newer Harley, and it had no sound, and he was so excited about it. Like he said out here revving it and stuff, and somebody else was like, I don't know why he's out there doing this. Like, because it's a toy. A lot of these men treat them like toys. It's
Yeah.
a hobby.
Yeah.
They love their toys.
Mhm.
They
Yeah.
want to show them off. That's no different than anybody else that drives them.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, you take a lot of pride
Not
in it,
just me and Miss Destiny
that's what I'm
shows
saying.
hers off too.
Yes, I do.
but you take a lot of pride in it. But like,
Yeah.
it's a toy.
It is.
And-
It is.
And that's the thing too, though, that I love about it is the people that do treat it like a toy, because it's like, yes, it's a hobby. How do you treat your hobby? I want to have fun. That's what I call a toy.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
mean, that's a toy to me.
It's
Yeah.
relaxing. It's what you do
Very
Yeah.
relaxed.
to
And
relax.
So when they get out here showing their stuff, I'm like, Yeah, like black tires. Yep. Mhm.
See, that's what I guess that would be a question too for the one that commented earlier about the three wheels because uh, do you consider that a non-bike? You know, I mean, I guess everybody has their own opinions with stuff. I get that and stuff, but I'm like with you all. You know, the
Line up
louder
with
the
her.
better.
If you think that
Better.
she can have a bike, line up with her.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't wanna do it.
Cause I'm just saying.
They can take off. There's some motorcycles, two-wheel motorcycles that I could probably beat. And they probably like 1,700. I could probably beat. 'em.
Oh, we had an old lady. I have never laughed so hard in my life. She's in a car beside us, like just mean and like oh, it's so funny. And we're at a red light, and Justin's like, just wait, watch this. And I was like, what am I watching? And this old lady, she takes off, right? So he's like, she ain't gonna beat me.
Oh
He
no!
pops a willy, and I'm like,
In front of the old lady.
what am I watching? Like I'm trying to get out over
Yeah.
here. Like,
I'd rather not watch.
She's like, get off the road.
oh no, she had the biggest grin on
Oh,
her
really?
face. Yes.
Oh.
So she must have just had that nice little RBF like we all have.
Right,
Because
right.
as soon as he done that, she looks over and she's like grinning ear to ear.
Oh,
I'm
she
like,
loved it.
So you just got
Granny,
killed and
Right.
you're laughing?
See what you made of this.
Granny probably rode back in her
I was
day.
gonna say,
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably did. But yeah, he's like, she wants to race. I know she wants to race. I'm like, no, she don't. Like, she's in a Kia. Leave her alone.
Right.
She didn't want to race.
Oh,
But she loved every minute of it too, because we got to the next light and all you could see is this big old grin on her face, and I'm like, oh, not at this light. She's smiling now. What's next?
right.
So, do you get a lot of looks? You know, those looks, because I know when when I'm in my leather, you know, I get a lot of those looks. And my favorite thing is, and this cracks me up, a lot of my old customers used to say this. Well, you've got blonde hair and you're in all that biker leather and all. I'm like, what's the color of my hair got to do with it?
Save your life and keep you warm.
Yeah.
Well, the leather will not keep you warm. That has to be leather. I promise.
Yes, definitely.
But, you know,
But so, do you get a lot of?
yeah. I went to one of my son's things on the hike, and I was in leather and boots and stuff, and oh my gosh, the
Mhm.
kids was like,
Scared. Yeah.
And what is up? Like, okay, I'm like, I get it on some of the guys because we ride with some pretty mean looking guys, but
Yeah.
like, you're not mean looking. Like,
I don't know. I think it's just I
It's
don't
the
know.
intimidation of being on a bike in leathers.
you got
You
to have
know,
to home, get on the bike.
they-
I mean, that's the only thing I could think. Like, why
Yeah.
else would you be scared of somebody just because of
What they have on.
I guess maybe because I've always had that mentality. Like, I don't care what you look like.
Yeah.
As long as you're friendly, I don't give a shit. But there is a lot of people
No,
that.
no, I'm kind of judgy.
See, I'm not.
Yeah.
She said, no, I'm kind of judging.
Yeah. I
Ain't no shame in it. I am.
She's not lying.
I mean, I'm truthful. If you look sketchy to me, I'm like, but I've never. I don't think. Oh, that's a lie. Yes, there has been bikers that has looked sketchy to me, and I'm like,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
As long as they smell okay, I'm good.
yeah. There's some stinky ones
Well,
too.
look.
If you take a bath, I'm good with you.
After riding an hour here on my bike in dead of summer, because you can't air out this
Oh
on.
yeah, you're not musty. Like, I get it.
Dude.
My husband does when he goes down the road.
It's like
He
the
just
right
takes it
arm,
out.
Just the left, just the right arm. That's why every time I'm just
Oh yeah, I know. During the summer though, when people want to hug and stuff, and I'm in a cut
Like
off or
this.
something, I'm like,
Right.
Sweaty, stinky.
I mean, I'll hug
Sticky.
you, but like, don't smell hold breath. But like, if you just stink, just to stink. Like if we meet down here in the morning and it ain't hot, you stink already.
Yeah.
We're gonna have issues by the end of the day.
By 3 o'clock, I'm not your friend no more. Like, don't come talk to me.
Right.
Like, we'll talk tomorrow. But yeah, I just like that's probably the only thing that would keep me from not
Yeah.
approaching and being friendly to somebody. Because the only
Right.
way that's gonna keep like I'm gonna be friendly to anybody until you're an asshole to me. But if you stink, I'm gonna keep a distance.
If you stink, I'm not friendly.
Do you
I know.
have saddlebags? You know, I've never paid
I
attention.
do. I do. They didn't come on the bike. They're universal saddlebags.
I always thought y'all was underneath the seat.
No, now I do have a trunk up front, but I have an amp and stuff in there. I can't even fit my full face helmet in it. I'm super salty about that. Can-Am, if you're walking off. Please.
Can-Am, get
Now,
it together.
My sister-in-law's bike that my boyfriend just bought. You can fit 2 full faces in that.
Really?
What kind of bike is it, though?
It's a Can-Am Spider RT.
Oh, so it's kind of like one of those you have to upgrade to get they want you to spend more money.
Yeah, I'm not spending on that.
Yeah, that's what they want though.
But
They
that's why I
want you
got
to
the saddle
spend it.
bag so I can put more stuff in there. And
Well, even in saddlebags, you can't fit hardly nothing. Because we get going and like we went out of state and we had all our stuff in the saddlebag, and we were just staying overnight somewhere, and we couldn't fit half the stuff we needed.
I bought one of them square lunch boxes, the insulated lunch boxes. I
That
put a
fit
week's
6
worth.
years.
Yep. Well, no,
If those are
you
the
could
ones I
probably
know.
fit 12 in there. It was
Oh,
a
see, it
bigger
was- I got a 6-1.
pack for a week. Put on the back of my bike. This is the front saddlebag.
Hmm We
Yours is
have
first close.
we had the first trip that we went on. We just had our saddlebags, and you should have seen us trying. Me, there was no us to
I was
this
gonna say, now how much
packing.
of that
Yeah,
was his?
none. His was in there, but it was me that was trying to figure out how to get it actually in
in
there.
there.
Yeah, and I only could use one because the other one was for his cooler, of course. So he had to have that. The next trip, I said, we're getting a tour pack put on because
Yeah.
I cannot do this.
I can't fit it.
Yeah, it's not happening.
No, not I mean, I didn't have hardly any clothes, but it's where we had stuff that we had to have. And I'm the type, like, I have to have my makeup, and it's not like, I don't take a whole lot when we're riding, just because my eye makeup. Like,
Yeah.
that's a me thing. He's always like, you don't have to impress nobody. It's not to impress. It's because that's what I'm comfortable with.
Right.
Mhm.
So I don't have to bring all my foundations and all that stuff,
Right.
but I at least want my eyeliner and my mascara. It's like this little bitty space.
Right. Right.
But we had stuff in there that we didn't even realize we had in there by the time we got to the end. And I was like, why didn't we take some of this stuff out? And he's like, well, we might have needed it. I'm like, hot hands in July.
Oh, you
Well,
never
hot hands
know.
don't do no good anyway. So I'm like, I know.
Well, they do on the passenger seat because
Probably.
I swear I had those things shoved everywhere you can imagine. That one night, I was like,
I never.
oh, I was so cold that night. I have never been that cold in my life on the bike, and that's riding in flurries and everything. The night we wrecked, I told him when I was to the point I was hurt. I was so cold, and I was like, I will never do that again. We will pull over and get a hotel. And there was
Right.
no hotel, so we would have slept on the side of the road as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah,
I
bike
didn't care.
tent.
It was rough.
I've seen people with those before with the
Well,
bike
like
tents. You
fish
got
posts.
one?
My brother had a fishing pole. You could put
Yeah.
it down, put it in the saddlebag.
We have
Do you
fish
have a
posts.
bike tent?
I do not. I do not.
You should get
I
one.
should.
Yeah.
Hey, once I
You should
start
get
traveling
one
again.
and travel more, and then we'll bring you back this fall, and you can talk about your travels.
Okay. You gotta know. You gotta work.
I gotta work. Traveling for work.
Traveling.
Yeah, take me with you.
It's an
That is the
experiment.
only- that is the
Yes,
It's an
only-
I'm
experiment.
I need you to experiment. That is the only thing you gotta take me with you. I promise you'll never know I'm back there. I just sit
Probably
back there and
not.
chill.
That's how it is. So,
Because
yeah.
a lot of people are like, "Don't she irritate you back there taking all those pictures?" Justin's like, "You get used to it."
Jimmy doesn't even feel me when I'm back
Well,
there.
Justin, he always says the only time he's ever felt me is like one time it was real windy and wind caught me. Didn't even touch
Oh,
my
yeah.
phone, it caught me and it jerked me and it jerked the bike. And he
Right.
was like, Kristen, and I was like, I didn't do it. Well, I did, but I kind of didn't. I don't know.
Right.
And so that's the only time really that I like jerked the bike taking my pictures.
See, that's
But-
where it pays to have a 6'3" bigger man in front of me. 'cause-
Well, I mean, even like he out down at the Boondocks where they had the gravel on top of the blacktop.
Mm-hmm.
He dropped his bike last summer, and he didn't drop it. He just kind of laid it over. But a car was coming, so he had to lock them up, and they were off the road, like coming at like not at us, but they weren't where they should have been.
Right.
And so he locked them up and then just laid the bike over. I had my feet on the platform or the floorboards, and I just jumped off the bike.
Yeah.
And everybody behind us was like, "How did you land on your feet?" And I said, "I don't know. I still don't know." But my phone was still in my hand, and so was my drink.
Right.
So I was like,
Safe.
"That's what I did too." I was like, I'm good.
Right.
And he's sitting there looking at me like, how did you end up over there? And I was like, I don't know. But he's like,
Anywhere but down there, I'm good.
Right,
well, he
right.
said, normally you save me when something like that happens. And I was like, well, there was no saving you.
I remain for yourself at
Yeah.
that point. So do you have passenger princesses with you?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yep. One of, not all my kids like riding, but my youngest daughter likes riding. My son likes riding. He'll be back on his tablet.
Do you have a backrest?
I have
You
a
do?
backrest, and I have these because my son likes to fall asleep on the back of the bike.
My nephew does that on
I
the
don't see
motorcycle.
how
And
you
with
could
a
do
full
that.
face helmet, and he's 9 now. He's like 86 pounds. That full face, like you see that.
So you know it's coming.
Yes, I bought these armrests, and they go up to almost like his pec. Like fall
So
asleep
you can't fall
up.
off. Well, 'cause my brother would have to reach back and hold on to my nephew, and like he's a scrawny little boy, and he's older, but like he's scrawny, and he would like he said you could feel his butt
Start to
I
slide.
also have when Cage was younger. I have a tethering one that attaches him to me.
Did that ever scare you though?
Don't we have somebody that has a dog that has that brings their dog?
Miss Sue has hers on she rides her dog in the little like thing in the
Basket?
back. Yeah.
I feel like there's somebody though that has one of the
There
harnesses
is a big
that's
dog that somebody rides in a harness.
that's what I thought.
But yeah, I just attach him to me and wear him like a backpack.
Well, 'cause my thought goes to like if you wreck, like getting you and them away from the bike, 'cause I'm kind of scrawny. All my kids are bigger than me, so if I rode and I attached them to me, like
They
we
rolling
ain't going
too.
nowhere.
Yeah.
We're gonna be right on that bike no matter where it goes.
Right.
'Cause I'm not gonna be able to kick away from the bike.
And that's another thing being a biker of any type. You gotta get used to losing family, friends.
Yeah, yeah. we think
Yeah.
It's just a chance that
And everybody knows that
It's-
chance when they get on them.
yes.
And that's what, my oldest two, they've already lost a parent. So
Mhm.
I'm always like, this is something I love to do. And that's why I'm always so big on biker safety and like
Mhm.
cars on the road, not paying attention to this. Because I'm like, I want to get home to my kids too.
Right.
Yes, this is a hobby, but you don't, just because I'm out here doing a hobby, don't mean you have the right to things in my life because
Right.
you want to play on your phone.
Right.
That's
So,
right.
I mean, that's why,
But we know many times over, you'll always have the people, regardless.
Mhm.
We could talk till we're blue in the face.
And they're not going to get a
And you
chance.
know what? On the flip side of that, there's some bikers that ride like plum idiots, and then they end up getting hit. You know,
Well,
probably shouldn't have been bobbing and weaving out of
Well,
town. You know what I'm
right,
saying? Like,
yeah.
Somebody just got killed in Louisville trying to split lanes. And-
Everybody's got to play their role.
Well, and I always say, like, and I say this, and this is just my stance on it. I'm not speaking for nobody else, but if you drive like an idiot and ride like an idiot, that's your life.
Yeah.
You do what you want to do, but you make every one of us look bad.
Yeah.
And then nobody.
And
wants to
that's
watch
it
us.
right there. That is it right there. They catch that one person
Mhm.
acting a fool, and so the whole group is considered,
Yeah.
bad
Well,
seeds.
Or when people are like, well, you speed, so you don't care about like, well, I speed in my Escalade too, but it don't mean I don't like my life. I like yours too, and your car's probably smaller than my Escalade. I promise I
Right.
won't run you over. But that's my thing though. Just because you take chances don't mean you're like wanting to risk your life necessarily. It's a thrill,
Yeah.
and speeding to me is not necessarily risking your life. It's the stupid shit you do, like
Yeah.
bobbing and weaving.
You got to do
and-
everything responsibly, folks.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're gonna speed, at least pay attention.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, well, and that goes along with like the turning signals and things
Yeah.
like that. There's a lot of stuff that's going on right now that like it's costing a lot of bikes. It's costing a lot of bikers. I mean, and if you get on your bike drunk, that's on you. If you
on
get
you.
on your bike, if you're gonna do 150 down 31,
That's all
that's on
you.
you.
Yeah.
I mean, Crosstalk, he got killed out here
Mhm.
not too long ago, and we heard him go past our house, and all you heard was the and you can hear for miles at my
Yeah.
house, like you could hear. And so we knew it was coming. We just knew it was gonna happen, and sure enough, we knew that was gonna happen. So we were just waiting on it and then we heard cops go past the house, and I was like, something bad happens.
It's scary. It's scary. I don't, and I'm just gonna say it. If it sounds rude, sorry, dude who left the comment, but you are risking your life, no matter if you're on 2 wheels, 3 wheels, 4 wheels. It doesn't matter. You're not encaged, and just
Mhm.
like you had said earlier, yes, you do. You do have to have a license for it. You do
Yep.
have to have experience for it. You do have to know what you're doing.
Yes.
And that's what makes you a good rider, I feel like,
Yeah.
So with that, thank you, Destiny, for
You're welcome.
coming
Thanks
out
for
and
having
talking
me.
to us.
And be careful on the way home.
Yes,
will.
absolutely.
Mm.
And seriously, go on that trip, find your tent, and
I
come
will
back.
too.
Yeah, Mama, watch
Tip-
out.
yeah.
Got things to do for us.
Yes. I gotta travel for my job. Second job, I gotta travel.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in and listening to us talk with Miss Destiny about female riders. If you are a female rider and you are wanting to come on the show, you can reach us at Long Branch Saloon 5@gmail.com and our email. You can also reach us through Facebook Messenger. Just shoot us a message. We'll get you on the show and talk about it too. Until next time, follow us on all of our social medias.
Like, share, follow.
Yes,
Thank you.
we are on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Spreaker, iHeart, Spotify, Apple
Hey, you're on
Play.
it.
Yeah, so like, follow, share, invite your friends to like, follow, and share. Now, and blah. Now, till next time.
Thanks, y'all.